DuckTalks is part of Res TV's network of podcasts. Check out res.tv for other great podcasts. It's the week of Monday, October 1st, and you're listening to episode 43 of DuckTalks. Hey there, and welcome to DuckTalks. My name's Mitch.
And I'm Pirate Steven.
And I'm Josh.
And this is DuckTalks. We're going to be talking about Ducktales, even though, you know what? We're already done. That's it. Good night, everybody.
That was a quick episode.
It is our quickest episode so far, for sure. 35 seconds. Well, there's not a lot of news tonight, but we are going to have some conversation about a few things that are going on. If this is your first time listening to us, welcome to the show. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. We're going to jump into some conversation. We've got a few things going on this week in particular. No, actually just one. We've got one thing to talk about this week in the news. And it's kind of a surprise, actually. I checked IDW's website and realized that DuckTales issue 13 is out this Wednesday. So it's probably yesterday for you. And you should go to the comic book store and pick it up. I've got the description for the episode here. Let me read that. 2 brand new stories of life in Duckburg await in DuckTales number 13. Join Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Webby, and their friends as they deal with the countdown to termination and hit the ice in the Mighty Ducks of Duckburg. IDW did send us an advanced copy, so we've read this. A review will be going up on DuckTalks.com this week. Should already be there, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's not my favorite episode so far because I've really enjoyed some of the adventures of the family, but it does have one of my favorite stories, individual stories. It's really good. There's a gyro-centric story going on. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil something for you here because the issue's already out when you're listening to this. There's a Bubba reference.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, Joe puts in a Bubba reference.
Joe loves Bubba. We know that.
Yeah. Well, I know Casey's excited about it. I've already told him he doesn't want to miss this issue. I can't say much, and I didn't want to overhype it, so I was like, Bubba's not in the issue. But because I didn't want him to get too excited. I said, but you do want to read this one. It's cool. And then, with their couple of covers they've already shared, so Gyro's working on something, and of course the Buzzards are involved. And like I said, that was an incredibly fun story. That's the one I was talking about. Really great Gyro story. And then the second episode, I'm going to call it episodes every time we talk about this comic.
You did this whole episode. You've been calling it episode.
It's an episode. But this issue has the hockey story, which with Joe, that's kind of fitting. And he does throw in a lot of hockey terminology that, I had to Google because I don't watch hockey.
Is Goslin in here? Because that'd be perfect.
No, but Webby is. And she's out there on the ice.
You said that in the description, it said their team is the Mighty Ducks?
They are called the Mighty Ducks.
Mm.
That's also the title of the story in this issue, The Mighty Ducks of Duckburg.
Interesting.
It's a fun story. It's a little surprising and jarring. I feel like you kind of jump in after the story's already begun. You're already on the ice. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. It's mostly the kids in this story, although Donald is in it. Been a while since we've had Donald in one of the comics. Great book. I love sharing them with my kids. We've loved them. Good to see Joe back, and it's 2 Joe Caramagna stories this month.
I think they were saving it all for one big issue to bring him back.
Yeah, from what I've seen, there was a massive shuffle to deal with the hiatus of the show, and they started getting into the territory where if they continued telling stories, they were going to start having spoilers for the show. So they had to shuffle some of the stories, and we even missed a month, I think, or it got pushed back to almost a month behind. IDW's solicitations are still off a little bit when it comes to DuckTales. So we'll get there. But yeah, I think the issues that we had where Joe wasn't doing a story, it wasn't because he didn't write a story for that issue. It's just that his story got bumped. Because we still have a story with Webby and Lena and Mrs. Beakley that was supposed to be in like issue 8 or something like that. And it was going to spoil the spy story if they told it so from the show. So it got cut, and we're still waiting to get it, but I don't know that we will now that Lena's, everything that happened in the series finale. I mean, I don't know that they'll go back and print that story now, at least not in a issue of the comic, maybe in a trade or something. We'll have to keep an eye out for that when we get to those issues.
There's another new book coming out this week, DuckTales Adventures Guide by who makes that? Media Lab. It's one of those Media Lab books. So this is more like a camping adventure and like a kind of like an unofficial Junior Woodchuck guidebook for someone to go camping and stuff for you to do on a camping trip.
Yeah, I forgot that comes out. That's actually this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it says October 2nd release date.
Oh, wow.
This was originally scheduled to come out, I believe, this summer, and it got pushed back or postponed or.
This is the one that got pulled.
Canceled.
Yeah, this is the one that we thought we were afraid it was canceled or something because it had the October description that first pointed out to us that season 2 was going to start in October. And then like the week we reported on it, not saying we did it or anything, but the week we reported on it, it disappeared from Amazon. And then it came back.
You got the book canceled, Mitch. Come on.
They canceled my pre-order, and then I forgot to pre-order it again.
Yeah, well, it comes out this week if you still want it.
I'm pretty sure my pre-order was down to like $8 and something before
Wow.
they canceled it. Yeah, was it like a $15 book?
Yeah, it's $15. Amazon currently has it for $10.52.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It's a hardcover book, so that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of fun because there's going to be like crafts and stuff in the book, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's very educational. The front cover mentions that you'll learn how to find true north, pan for gold, maneuver a canoe, use Morse code, detect secret passages, and solve a mystery. So, and much more.
Yeah, I may go ahead and order this because it'd be a lot of fun. Me and the girls like to go hiking. So we might get a hold of it and do a review.
But yeah, like I was saying, it kind of reminds me of from just the description is the Dangerous Book for Boys. It's like a activity kind of book for like outdoor things for kids. It doesn't have to be for boys, but that's just the name of the book. But it sounds like it would be a lot of fun with some kids.
So the only thing else in Duck merch this week is, and it's not really Duck merch, but Disney Afternoon merch is we have a couple of new pops that are releasing this week. 2 Target exclusives. We have the Gargoyles Stone Goliath, Stone Goliath pop figure. And the flocked Tailspin Baloo come out on the 5th at Target. So those are 2 to look at. And also, I believe we talked about it last week, but the New York Comic-Con exclusive Shere Khan from Tailspin and another Sora from Kingdom Hearts will be released next week or this week for New York Comic-Con.
Yeah, I got a coupon in the email for my box lunch anniversary for $5 off. So I'm going to order Becky this week. And then I believe I'm going to go with the exclusive Shere Khan from my collection.
That's a good choice.
You were talking about those stone variants for the gargoyles. I remember seeing, I think it was at an FYE. Is that the name of it? At the mall?
Yeah.
They had Hudson and what was the dog gargoyle? You know, the one that acted like a dog? Or is that Hudson? Anyway,
Hudson is the non-dog.
He was the older one, right? Okay, so it was a Hudson and the one, whatever the name of the one that was like a dog, and they were stone, and they were really cool looking. Like you could put it out, and like a I'm gonna edit this out.
You can put it out like a gargoyle.
You could put it out like a gargoyle. You could. I mean, it looks like it's made of stone.
Yeah, they're really good, and there's a lot of quality control issues, I believe, with Funko Pops.
But there's no paint apps.
If there's like 10 of them, you're gonna have to look through all 10 to find their most perfect paint job. But if it's these stone ones, they're all gonna be good because they're just completely silver stone.
No issues there.
I know, right? The I don't know. We really got to go through some kind of gargoyles history lesson class or something because I don't know all the names. But the Hot Topic also has a stoned gargoyle pop.
Is it the female?
Yes.
Mona?
No.
No, that doesn't sound like it.
Demona.
Yeah, see, I was on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Demona.
I was like, is he thinking Moana? No. Demona.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's in that. No, I'm just tangent squirrel.
So that and then the Flock Baloo come out and then you should get that Shere Khan. That's a good one. That's gonna be a GameStop exclusive for Shere Khan, and then the Sora from Kingdom Hearts is Walmart, which Walmart is never a fun exclusive, let me tell you.
And then the Target Baloo.
Target Baloo.
I haven't decided if I want that one or not.
What did you get? You got the other one, didn't you?
I do. I haven't opened it yet because I was going to film it. Yeah. It's still, I got to get to it. I borrowed somebody's tripod for my phone so that I could do it. Hudson.
Well, you might as well wait till you get Shere Khan and
Right.
Becky now.
Brooklyn was the red gargoyle. I'm looking up gargoyles now. Bronx. No, Lexington. Lexington's the dog one.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a gargoyles episode to make up for this one.
So if you're a huge gargoyles fan and
we're not doing it justice.
Just butchered everything, you can email us at ducktalkspod@gmail.com. Make sure in the subject you say.
Yeah, we need to have Victor.
For Pirate Steven.
We need to have Victor Cook come on and school us.
It's been a long while since I've seen that show. I remember watching it growing up, but it's been a long time. I remember I enjoyed it a lot, though. It was a lot darker than a normal
Very different
Disney show.
From Disney shows, but it was one of my favorites. I don't really associate it with the Disney afternoon. I know that it is, and I don't know that as a kid I realized it was even a Disney show.
Yeah, the Target exclusive pop is probably the one that I'd want out of all the gargoyles, just because it looks cool with stone. Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
So it's October. We've talked about all the books, and we've talked about some pops. I know as we get closer to Halloween, I'm probably going to talk about this more, but for those who are listening who are starting to plan for their Halloween celebration, and, they're looking for that perfect costume, or, trying to come up with a cool cosplay that they can do in lieu of a costume. So we thought we might take a moment and talk about some of your options that are out there.
Yeah, so Disguise is a major Halloween costume manufacturer, and they have 2 DuckTales 2017 options for you. They have a Scrooge McDuck and a Gizmo Duck. And when I say options for you, I mean your kids, because these are kids' costumes, not adults. But the mask, but if you do get them, the mask will fit you. So the Gizmo Duck mask or the Scrooge McDuck mask would fit you as an adult. But they have all the kids' sizes, I believe, up to a size medium. So if your kid is above a 7 and 8, then I wouldn't go for these costumes. But it's really cool to see DuckTales options out there. And then if you want to be an adult. If you want to be an adult. If you
None of us want to be adults.
Costumes. I mean, the Sun Stash is an awesome and affordable option because it's only like $10 per sunglasses. And the Huey, Dewey, and Louie, if you have 3 kids, is a great Sunstash option for you to get those glasses, and all they have to do is wear a red shirt, green shirt, blue shirt, and then have the Sunstash.
Yeah, I'm looking at this costume right now. That Scrooge mask is really cool. For
Frank said he's going to get that and then use stone paint and just paint the mask, and then buy a horse costume and make it a
Manny.
I love that idea.
That's funny. That's a good one.
I was thinking about doing it, but then I don't want to ruin his thing. Yeah. He already called it, kind of.
Well, don't you have a costume, Steve, that you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm an adult, so so that those don't fit me. I'm definitely the Sunstash option. I'm there as well, but I put together a Launchpad costume just by buying things off of Amazon that came out really great. So I'm gonna be rocking that on my Halloween Disney cruise, and my son is. Actually, we have, thanks to Disguise, we have the Gizmo Duck and the Scrooge McDuck costume. So he's going to alternate costumes on the cruise. And then that's the middle child. And then the small child, the 6-month-old, is going to be Donald Duck. Mm-hmm. Disney Store has a great Donald Duck costume for infants. And then my oldest child is going to be Dewey Duck, and I just went on Walmart's website, and I bought pretty much everything that Dewey wears. Mm-hmm. I got some gold socks and white shorts and a long sleeve light blue shirt and a royal shirt to put over it, and that is Dewey Duck right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll post really fun pictures, but if you have any DuckTales or Disney Afternoon costumes you're wearing this year, please share pictures online. We'll be more than happy to retweet them. We love Halloween and seeing what people come up with because everybody's so creative. And we definitely want people to share any pumpkin carving that they do for DuckTales, because we totally would love to have some kind of sharing of DuckTales pumpkins.
Yeah, we've been talking about that this week. We're going to try to put something together to have some DuckTalks stencils.
Yeah, I did a quick Google search, and there's not really a lot out there for DuckTales in general. I've found maybe a Donald Duck, but not any of the new characters or even the old DuckTales. And so it'd be really cool to either find something or make something for. Yeah,
we gotta wait for an Oh My Disney or D23 or somebody to put stencils out there. I love carving pumpkins. We have a good time with that. So if they do have anything out there, I'll definitely participate.
Yeah, both of my girls are going with Descendants again this year. Disney keeps getting me with that Descendants. We were talking about the DuckTales, but there was no Webby.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big miss, and I feel like maybe next season they'll make up for that.
I think so too. I'm hoping to see her on a bunch of stuff. The girls like the boy characters, but they want Webby on everything. Anytime we look at the shirt, I wish they had a Webby. I'm gonna have to order those Webbies on the website.
The Team Webby from Shop Disney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the Duck merch and the news, because there's not anything going on with the show right now. We know we're just a few days, just a couple of short weeks from the premiere of Season 2. It will air on October 20th. I saw 7:30 a.m. the other day on something. I don't know that the episode will air that early, but that was what I saw. We'll see.
The Disney Channel and I believe Disney XD are starting to show their promos for October, and they did kind of like a Halloween type montage of DuckTales, but it was all season 1 stuff. So they were trying to advertise that spooky Halloween episodes of DuckTales, and it's like all the monsters from the first season.
Gotcha.
So they'll do some kind of marathon of that, I'm sure.
Well, Frank Angonas has been pretty quiet on social media, so that means we've got we're not far from getting new content. We were talking in Discord earlier tonight with some of our friends, and they were talking about how last year we had a bunch of shorts and stuff come out, little video clips online, introducing us to characters and stuff like that. So we were wondering if we would see anything like that in the next week or two. We of course will be on top of that. As soon as anything's out there, we'll be sharing it with you at DuckTalks.com and Twitter at DuckTalks. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Before we go, we just want to let you know all the places where you can follow us. We like to talk about DuckTales all week long. There's not a lot to talk about right now tonight, but we'd love to continue the conversation with you. And you can do that by going to DuckTalks.com. That's our blog. And you can follow us on Twitter at DuckTalks. Every other week we do Beyond DuckTales, which is where we get together with other Disney Duck fans and talk about the comics. Right now we're currently going through the Don Rosa library that was put out by Fantagraphics, and we're on Volume 5, which is the halfway point for The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. That's going to be next week, so next Monday we're going to be getting together to discuss that. You can join us at Discord and join in on that conversation. You can also email us ducktalkspod@gmail.com. We have a lot of people that like to send us questions. Sometimes it gives us ideas for things to talk about on the show, and we enjoy getting those. We've got a couple I've got to answer. A couple questions that I thought about doing on this podcast, but honestly, I don't know the characters. So I think we'll have that conversation in private. But that's what we do. Sometimes it ends up on the show. Sometimes we just have a conversation with you by email. So you can email us there. You can also follow us individually. Man, we got too many places where we're interacting with people. And I didn't even mention Tumblr. But I'm on Twitter as Infinirama616.
And I'm at the Pirate Steven. This is Steven, by the way.
And this is Josh, CC Runner 524.
Oh, and we got fun stuff coming next week. Next week is actually our 1-year anniversary of the podcast. So we're gonna have some fun reveals. Mitch and Josh and I have been working on some really cool stuff for our new look, and we got some cool stuff coming at you next week. So we'll be sure to bring that up on the next show.
Yeah, we're gonna start teasing that this week with a few things, but next week we will be unveiling that. We're getting ready for season 2 of DuckTales. We're going to have a new look for Duck Talks, and we're excited about being able to share that with you. But that's it for this week, so until next time.
Stay gone, Golden.
Woohoo!